Okay, let's try this one here. It's write down the next two terms of this sequence. The pattern continues in the same way. Well, this isn't going up by the same amount, and it's not getting multiplied by the same thing. The only other kind of sequence we have is a quadratic sequence. I think they tell you the quadratic sequences in exams now, but that's what this is. This is quadratic. Write down the next two terms of the sequence. Well, if you make this little triangle here and you subtract and find the first differences and the second differences, you're going to see that the next two numbers are 60 and 78. In fact, let's make that little triangle there. So you subtract and you get 10, and then you subtract, you get 12, and you subtract and you get 14. You can see that it's going up by 2. This is the constant difference rate here. Well, if that's terms 30, if this is going up by 12, it's got to go up by 14. So the next terms got to be 44. Right, well, we see that. So the next term's got to go up by 16. So 44 plus 16 is 60. And then it's got to go up by 18. 60 plus 18 is 78. That's how you can get these next two numbers, because it's going up by 2 more each time, by 10, then by 12, then by 14. Then you add 16, then you add 18. That's how you get the next two numbers. Now we've got this trick. We take these three numbers and we go 2a equals 2, and we solve it. And we get a equals 1. For the quadratic sequence of Tn equals an squared plus bn plus c. And all we do is we write 3a plus b in front of 10. But we know a is 1, so 3 times 1 is 3. We subtract, we get b is 7. Well, we've got 1n squared plus 7n. We just have to find out what c is. And what do? We go a plus b plus c equals 8. But a is 1, b is 7. That's 8. Take away 8, we get c is 0. So the formula must be b is 7 and c is 0, a is 1. There's your formula, n squared plus 7n. That's called the nth term of the sequence. Now, which term of the sequence is 330? Well, that means all we have to do, this is for finding any particular term. Tn, I don't know what n is, but the nth term that we're looking for is 330. All we do is put 330 there. So we put 330 equals n squared plus 7. So we subtract 330, or n times n plus 7, n squared plus 7n equals 330. Subtract 330. Now, you might want to put this into the quadratic formula if you don't know your times tables up to 330. If you put this in the quadratic formula, you'll get two answers, minus 22 and 15. But the only one that makes any sense for us is 15. It must be the 15th term because n is a positive integer. That's how quadratic sequences work. Always use the quadratic formula right here, and it's just easier than factoring. So you'd write minus 7 plus or minus the square root of 7 squared minus 4 times 1. You put all the numbers in, press equals on your calculator. You'll get 15 as one of the answers. And there you go.